Now, your forecast first from KARK4, your weather authority.
In a little more than 36 hours, 12,000 runners will be hitting the streets of Arkansas for a little run called the Little Rock Marathon. And they're all getting ready out here today. We're at the Little Rock Expo down near the River Market. And we're going to find out what's going on here. And also, you're going to get your Little Rock Marathon forecast hour by hour. But first, your forecast first for Little Rock overnight tonight. We're looking for cloudy skies. We do have a chance of a couple of flurries later on tonight and early tomorrow morning. And we're going to start your Saturday at 29 degrees. KARK4 News at 5 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK4 News at 5.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Bob Clausen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Dean. 2 men sit in the Pulaski County Jail tonight facing capital murder charges after a shooting in the Park Plaza Mall last night. That shooting left one person dead, another seriously injured. So here's the latest in this developing story. Little Rock police arrested 20-year-old Tristan Bryant and 18-year-old Deontay Edison late Thursday night in connection to that aggravated robbery of the Sabara restaurant inside the mall.
KARK4 Jocelyn Tovar joining us live from the mall right now. And Jocelyn, police telling us today that at least one of the robbers was a former employee of the restaurant?
Well, that's absolutely right, Bob. They're not sure whether he was a former or a current employee. What they are sure of is that 18-year-old Deontay Edison is accused of shooting the people he worked right alongside.
This cell phone video shows a busy lunch hour at the Park Plaza Mall food court, except by the Sabaro Pizza kiosk. There, a security guard stands watch next to roses placed on the counter.
You don't have anything to say?
No, ma'am.
2 young men, Tristan Bryant
What did you do tonight, sir?
and Deontay Edson, are accused of shooting 2 employees there and stealing some cash. 25-year-old Christian Hayes died. 18-year-old Deshawnda Thomas said to be in critical condition. Edson was a one-time employee.
But there is video from surrounding areas in the mall.
Police are using surveillance video to see how the suspects were able to get into the mall after closing time. They say it's likely Edson was familiar with exactly what to do and where to go as a one-time employee.
We're looking at that as far as determining exactly the route of the suspects and possibly how they entered the business.
2 young people are injured and 2 young people are in jail now.
People in Little Rock calling what happened senseless.
You know, it would be nice if we didn't all have to worry about this.
Tracy Johnson says his daughter lives close to the mall. He's not only concerned for her safety, but what others visiting the city might think, especially with the shooting happening so close to the Little Rock Marathon.
You just don't like to have violence associated with your city.
Little Rock police say this was simply an isolated incident and the public at large is not in danger.
We don't think that there's someone out there targeting shoppers, but rather this was a robbery that was gone terribly wrong.
Now, officials with the mall did release a statement today saying that their thoughts and prayers are with the victims and that they're cooperating with LRPD during this investigation. We're live in front of Park Plaza Mall. Jocelyn Tovar, KARK4 News.
All right, Jocelyn, thank you so much. A resentencing hearing set for an Arkansas man sentenced to life without parole as a teenager. Contrell Jackson was just 14 when he was convicted on a capital murder charge as an accomplice during a deadly convenience store robbery in 1999. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled last year it's unconstitutional to sentence juveniles to mandatory life without parole, so Jackson's resentencing hearing now scheduled for April.
Now to a KARK4 News update. Prosecutors charge a man in the shooting death of a 1-year-old in Newport. According to KIT, Robert Fryer is facing capital murder charges in the death of Takari Daniel Briggs. Authorities say Fryer fired several shots through a bedroom window, hitting Briggs and her mother, 21-year-old Delana Roddy, earlier Wednesday morning. Briggs died at a local hospital. Roddy is expected to be okay. And the woman who tried to steal Morgan Nick's identity has been sentenced in Pulaski County. Tanya Smith was sentenced to 6 years probation and a $2,500 fine. Smith was arrested after trying to steal the identity of Morgan Nick, a little girl who was abducted 17 years ago from Alma, never been seen. Morgan's mother says that she is now at peace with the sentencing.
You know, I was looking at her in court yesterday and thinking, I hope that she takes this as an opportunity to really reevaluate her life and to start making good decisions.
Tanya Smith will now go back to Louisiana to face charges there. The Arkansas Speaker of the House says lawmakers will not expand Medicaid coverage this session. House Speaker David Carter says it's a complete 180. KARK 4's David Goins joining us now with why Carter thinks it could actually add up to better health care for you. David, what's up?
Well, Bob, especially if you're at home right now and you're one of the many Arkansans who don't have health insurance. Now, going into this session, when it began in January, lawmakers looked to expand Medicaid coverage as part of the Affordable Health Care Act. Now, then we came to this week and we found out that the federal government from Washington, D.C. will allow Arkansas to use all those Medicaid expansion dollars and essentially move our citizens onto private health insurance. Arkansas is the only state looking at this model in the country right now. It's an idea already getting national attention, and Carter telling us today there are still details to work out, but it is a better approach.
It's undoubtedly better for the citizens of Arkansas that to have a private pay insurance plan than to be on Medicaid.
Now, Republicans at the Capitol are especially intrigued by this idea because they don't like the idea of expanding Medicaid. And under this potential model, Bob, Medicaid rolls would actually shrink. Bob.
All right, David, thank you very much. Labor groups rallying at the state capitol against the so-called sequester. That's the automatic cuts in federal spending that are set to take effect tonight because the president and Congress have been unable to reach a deal on long-term budget. We're talking about $85 billion indiscriminately carved from the federal budget, affecting everything from air traffic controllers to Head Start programs for preschoolers.
It's going to be massive cuts, huge cuts. And a lot of people are saying, well, that may or may not affect me. But make no mistake, it's going to affect us all.
Experts say this is different from the so-called fiscal cliff. Remember that? Well, they dealt with that around New Year's because these cuts are expected to be gradual over time, not all at once.
It can be hard to spend money online if you've never seen the product you're shopping for before in person. So some consumers visit stores, get a peek at that potential buy, then shop on a site like Amazon where they can maybe get that item cheaper. Well, the process is called showrooming, and a new study reveals it's a lot more common than you might think. More than 25% of Amazon's customers come from Walmart. 10% visited Target before making their purchase on the internet. The study blames smartphones. With a simple barcode scan, consumers can be redirected to cheaper prices.
An accident this morning brought eastbound traffic to a standstill on Interstate 30 in Benton. It happened around 7 o'clock this morning, leaving one tractor-trailer rig on its side. Take a look at that. The Arkansas Highway and Transportation Department says traffic had to be diverted from the area so record crews could get to the scene and then, of course, clean it all up.
Advocates fighting for the right to investigate animal abuse across Arkansas. KARK 4's Brittany Johnson shows us how proposed legislation could impact animal safety across the state.
Animal lover and rescuer Debbie Myers says she drives by this very spot every day and sees these horses.
Breaks my heart.
She took photos and started calling law enforcement, then learned she wasn't the only one concerned.
For the last couple winters, have been starving to death. They're actually eating the bark off the trees, and nobody is feeding them.
People in this rural Conway County community say they've been pushing for action for years, something that would be illegal if legislators turned Senate Bill 13 into law.
Do they have to hide?
Desiree Bender is the Arkansas director of the Humane Society of the United States. The organization has funded and worked with law enforcement on investigations like this one, a puppy mill bust that turned up hundreds of dogs in Johnson County.
As SB 13 passes, we'll never seize another animal in an animal cruelty case again.
The group has also gone undercover at a Wyoming pig farm, for example, something that would be illegal under Senate Bill 14. The bill sponsor says he wants to make sure Arkansas farmers aren't unfairly targeted. Myers hopes no matter who investigates, ultimately more will be done to protect animals, not their abusers. Brittany Johnson, KARK 4 News.
Brittany, thank you. The bill's sponsor, State Senator Gary Stubblefield, says he's actively working with humane societies across the state to amend parts of his bill.
The community comes together to send 50 Arkansas soldiers on their way to Texas to train for deployment. Take a look at some video from last Friday at their send-off ceremony. The National Guard troop left Little Rock this morning and will train for a month at Fort Hood, Texas before going on to Kuwait. They'll join more than 200 other Arkansas soldiers and airmen in Kuwait for their year-long deployment there. We certainly wish them the best.
Well, coming up, think about this. What do you get when you put 13,000 runners on the streets at the same time? Well, a lot of foot traffic, if you will. And regular traffic. Coming up, we'll have some alternate routes you might want to consider this weekend.
The famous Priceline Company CEO in town to share some of his knowledge. Coming up, we're going to tell you what the event is going on and actually what he's doing to help one college piece things together.
And just in time for the big marathon weekend here in Little Rock, Arctic Air arriving here in town today. We only made it up to 42 degrees after starting at 32. Our average high is near 60 this time of year. But the big question is, will the chill stick around right on through marathon day? We'll have that answer in your hour-by-hour marathon forecast in just a few minutes.
KARK 4 News at 5 and high definition with Bob Clausen, Jessica Dean, and Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.
My family's important to me, so what we drive is important to me too.
Whether I'm taking the kids to soccer practice or just having lunch with
I can't do this. What's wrong, son?
I'm not your son, Larry. I'm an actor, and we're telling people to buy this four-door bore when that guy's rolling around in that bad boy.
The new sportier Toyota Camry SE. Just announced, take advantage of $2,000 customer cash or drive a 2012 Camry SE for just $199 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
I want low prices. I want fresh produce and quality meat.
Kroger has thousands of low prices on the things you buy all the time.
That's why I shop at Kroger.
I shop at Kroger. Get more value for the way you live every day at Kroger.
This week at Kroger, select gallons of Kroger milk are only $2.99 each. And juicy USDA Choice boneless chuck roast is just $2.88 a pound in the value pack. Get more value for the way you live at Kroger.
For a quality sofa, visit FFO Home. We have the look you're after at surprising savings. Our 3-cushion micro suede sofa is a buy at just $277. For a touch of class, check out our bonded leather sofa. It's a $700 value. FFO Home has yours for $398. Shopping for real comfort? Our bonded leather dual reclining sofa has the features found in those costing hundreds more. Take yours home today for $597. Save now at FFO Home, where great quality lives for less.
At St. Vincent, we're growing and looking for nurses with skills, energy, and a passion for patient care. Come grow with us.
The patient always comes first. It's not just a concept. It's the reality of how we give care here at St. Vincent.
Find out how you can be a part of our growing team of quality registered nurses. Go to stvincenthealth.com/careers.
You've helped us help the homeless. Take a look at what you've done. Just take a look in this truck. It's unbelievable. You have been so wonderful and so generous, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for looking in your closets and bringing us items. Thank you for going by grocery stores and drugstores and picking up new things like toilet paper and deodorant. It's certainly going to make a difference for the hundreds of people who will spend tonight on the streets, and we sure do appreciate it. So thank you, Arkansas.
Now from KARK4, your weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.
Well, I'll tell you, I am sure glad I am inside today because it is a cold winter day outside across all of the state of Arkansas. We even got some snow on radar right now. Let's take a look at that and show you where it is and talk about where it may be headed as we head through the next couple of hours. In fact, we're actually up to our wind chill already. Look at these wind chills, mainly in the upper teens to around 20 degrees across north central, northwest Arkansas. The wind chill here in Little Rock is at 35. 44 down at Camden, and 38 is the wind chill down in Monticello. Well, here's a big picture this evening, that push of Arctic air making its way all the way down to far southwest Arkansas. You folks down in the El Dorado area, back to DeQueen, Texarkana, you're mainly in the 40s and 50s right now, but that cold air is going to be headed right on through your part of the state as we head through the rest of the evening hours. There's that area of snow in southwest Missouri. That's going to be headed southward as we head through the next couple of hours during the overnight periods. Might see a little bit of snow accumulation in some places. We're going to talk about that as well in just a few minutes. But it looks like I've just lost my connection again out there. So if I could get, if somebody's on standby to forward the graphics for me, that would be great. And then I will talk about the next graphic that's up, and we're going to put our maps into motion. And even if you're not going to see them, we are going to tell you that cold air is going to be settling across the state as we head through the next 24 to 36 hours. High pressure will be just off to our west as we head through the day tomorrow. So we may start with a couple of flurries and then look for sunshine by afternoon, but that sunshine is not going to do much to help our temperatures. We're going to stay cold. A cold morning to start the marathon, temperatures in the teens and 20s across the state, but by afternoon, as that high pushes eastward, we're going to see a return flow from the southwest and west. That'll actually help temperatures moderate back up into the 40s and 50s statewide. Winds will also be on the light side, which is definitely good news for those runners out there early on Sunday. And then, as we start the new work week, we're going to warm it up, but also throw in the chance of a couple of showers as we head into Monday afternoon. Well, here is your forecast for Little Rock for tonight. We're looking for cloudy skies, a 20% chance of flurries a little bit later on, low temperature right around 29 degrees. For tomorrow, we're going to look for a few flurries early, otherwise skies becoming partly cloudy. It'll be breezy and cold as it was today, in fact, with a high temperature only right around 43 degrees. Now, your weather impact numbers for tonight and tomorrow, we're going to look at a 4 for the cold temperatures tomorrow, a 3 tonight, and then for Sunday, we're just going to put a 1 in there for those cool morning temperatures. Now, your Little Rock Marathon hour-by-hour forecast, the 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be looking for those temperatures to rise from the mid-20s. We're going to have plenty of sunshine with light west to southwest winds during the course of the race. A little bit later on in the morning, temperatures will continue to rise through the 30s on into the 40s. And then by the end of the race, we're going to be looking at those temperatures right around 50 degrees. Now, your 7-day forecast will call for those temperatures to top out. Again, only in the low 40s tomorrow. We'll be in the low 50s as we head into Sunday. We'll have that chance of showers as we head into Monday. And then also another little bit of a cool down coming for the middle part of the upcoming work week. But we're going to recover once again back to the mid-60s. At least this next cool down won't be as cold as what we're seeing right now. Well, I'm joined right now here at the State House Convention Center by Truman.
Toll-free.
Toll-free?
Yes.
And you can call you toll-free, right?
Well, it's easy to remember. Just think of a toll-free call or a toll-free bridge, okay?
All right.
That way you can remember it.
And you are the director of...
Director of Little Rock Parks and Recreation.
All right, and tell me a little bit about what we're doing down here today with the expo.
Well, this is the expo, and we'll be here until 7 p.m. tonight. And on tomorrow, we'll be here from 9 o'clock until 5 p.m. We have all of our exhibitors. You can come down and get just about anything you want. Anything from a pair of shoes to workout pants to power juice to be able to complete that 26.2 miles.
And also, they've got a few masseuses over here, so you can...
I wasn't going to mention.
Okay, well, you can get it.
No, seriously. That's right. As I said, come on down. Few masseuses, anything that you need to be able to complete the marathon, we've got it here at the expo. We have a wonderful staff of people who've been able to do a great job in terms of putting it together. And we'd like to invite all of our guests and also our race participants to come on down and be with us here at the expo. As I said, we'll be here until 7 p.m. tonight, and on tomorrow we'll open up at 9, and we'll be here until 5 o'clock. So come on down and join us.
Yeah, check it out. Definitely, especially for those runners. Can anybody come down?
Absolutely. Any race participant and guests, come on down and be with us, okay?
All right, there's a lot to see and do down here, so make sure you head on down to the State House Convention Center for the Little Rock Marathon Expo. Bob and Jessica, back to you.
Keith, thank you very much. And as he's been talking, there's a little bit of a run in town.
Small one.
A couple folks are going to go out there, run around with about 13,000 of their best friends running along the streets of Little Rock on Sunday, which means some roads that you frequently travel on, they are going to be closed. And not just closed for a part of the morning or for a couple minutes. They're going to be hard closed is what they call it, starting at 8 o'clock, and expect it to last for at least 8 hours, if not more.
So you're going to want to find an alternate route to take on Sunday because some of those roads will be closed for hours and hours and hours. And the marathon not only bringing people, but also money here to Little Rock.
The marathon has about a $5 million economic impact to the city of Little Rock. And if you think we've got a total field of about 13,300 runners, well, you probably bring your family, more than 1 or 2 family members, your friends, everybody comes out to see you.
It's a great event for the city. Now, to find that map of the streets that will be used for the marathon, you can go to our website, arkansasmatters.com, and it kind of goes all throughout the downtown area and far beyond as well. So make sure to check that out if you have any question.
Because you don't have to fold it.
That too.
Or unfold it.
Nope.
Whatever you have to do.
Can't get crumbled up.
No, a group of students and community members joining together to host the Startup Arkansas event coming up. Their guest speaker shares his words of wisdom.
Then new tonight on KARK 4 News at 6.
Anytime we talk about cutting taxes here, you know, the whole world gets shaken up.
Tax cuts, one of several issues addressed at the state capitol this week. We're going to wrap up all of the week's discussions coming up tonight on KARK 4 News at 6.
Sponsored by Superior Senior Care. Dependable, affordable home care for over 28 years.
With Superior Senior Care, you can receive care in the comfort of your own home. You can stay active and involved. With Superior Senior Care, you can make sure you don't miss out on life's most precious moments.
Grandma! I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
For more than 28 years, Superior Senior Care has been helping seniors receive the care they need and live the life they deserve. Call us today.
If you're an Arkansan and carry a card like this, pay close attention. Because with Medicare's most recent changes, this card comes with some of the highest deductibles and co-payments in Medicare's history.
But you can rest easy if you also carry this card. It's the Medipack card, only from Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
The benefits behind it protect you against Medicare's deductibles and co-payments.
No matter how high they may get in the future, even better.
Medipack is available at some of the lowest rates in the state. No wonder it protects more than 100,000 Arkansans on Medicare.
Call now for free information. Learn how you can enjoy immediate coverage with no waiting periods upon acceptance, plus the freedom to use any doctor and Medicare participating hospital.
This card is good.
But 2 cards are better than 1, so call now.
Remember, Medipack is available at some of the lowest rates in the state.
With a choice of plans, you're sure to find the one that fits your needs and budget.
Our Medipack supplement insurance plans also offer you membership in the Silver Sneakers Fitness Program. Call now for free information.
Call now for information on the Medipack Medicare Supplement Plan that is right for you. Call 1-888-255-4757. That's 1-888-255-4757. Call Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield now.
Here at KARK, we really set out every day with the viewer in mind. What do they want to know? What is important to them? I think the typical KARK viewer is somebody who is smart. They are plugged into what's going on, but they also probably don't have a lot of time. They need to know what's relevant, and they need to know how it impacts them. They want it all. They want it in a smarter way, and I hope that we give that to them every night.
Jessica Dean, weeknights on KARK4. You're watching KARK4 News in high definition.
The CEO of Priceline among the speakers giving advice to some of the state's next startups at a seminar in Conway. Hendrix College hosting the Startup Arkansas event aiming to connect entrepreneurs across the state. And that group made up of community members and students. They were trying to look at obstacles to small business creation, also work to give one another solutions to those problems.
In education matters this evening, School Board President Diane Curry announces that she has received a letter from LRSD Superintendent Dr. Morris Holmes indicating his intention to resign effective March 22nd. The reason for his departure is said to be private in nature. In his letter, Holmes said, "I have given a good deal of energy to the job of superintendent and have appreciated the work and relationships." The school district says Dr. Holmes will not be able to stay through June 30th, but we appreciate his tireless efforts on behalf of all the students and families in the district.
Coming up, as we age, we can encounter some embarrassing health problems. So Dr. David's going to sit down, give us a little advice and some helpful tips to think about.
Ferguson's Furniture in Benton is slashing prices even further on all 2012 inventory. Everything with a yellow tag must be sold before the new shipments arrive. Hundreds of Lazy Boy recliners and sofas in fabrics and leathers selling out at 50% off and more. Lazy Boy sectionals selling off below half price while they last. And all Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses selling at 50, 60, even 70% off. Don't miss the final days of Arkansas's biggest furniture sale. On the nation's best brands of furniture. 50 to 80% off on all 2012 inventory at Ferguson's Furniture in Benton. Interest-free financing.
Today, it takes a team to keep you healthy and to treat you when you need care. At UAMS, your primary care doctor is the team leader, providing comprehensive care, plus coordinating your care with our other specialists, all within the UAMS system. It's team treatment, and you are a valuable member of that team. For an appointment with a family, internal, or geriatric doctor, call the UAMS Center for Primary Care, where medicine lives and team treatment begins.
Join Joel and Victoria Osteen for a night of inspiration, encouragement, and hope at Verizon Arena in Little Rock, Friday, March 15th.
God is longing to be good to the people that are looking for his goodness.
It's extremely inspirational.
Grand Slam.
It's awesome.
Come on, give the Lord a shout of praise tonight.
Don't miss a night of hope with Joel and Victoria Osteen. Get your tickets now at joelosteen.com.
He's the only Arkansan in Congress today who voted for Obamacare. The only one who voted for the Obama stimulus. He joined Obama to bail out the Wall Street banks. Who is he? Mark Pryor. He's supposed to be our senator, but Mark Pryor is really Barack Obama's best ally in Arkansas. When you vote for Pryor, you vote for Obama. It's that simple. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Taking a look at some other news this morning.
All right, who discovered diamonds in Arkansas?
With age can come some health problems, and some of them can be a little bit embarrassing. Dr. David here tonight to address one of those issues in our Health Matters.
Bladder accidents are very common in adult women of all ages. One of the best ways to correct the problem is to consider bladder training therapy. I spoke to Mitzi Gibson, a physical therapist with extensive experience in treating urinary incontinence. When should bladder training be considered?
It's the #1 treatment that is scientifically supported in the literature, and it should be the first line of defense. You and I will agree there are clearly exceptions. Some patients do need medication as an adjunct. Some patients clearly need surgical intervention. But what we do should be the first line of defense. So we'd love to see them immediately. First thing we'll do is actually do a pelvic floor contraction. She's going to hold that contraction while she presses back with her legs, and then she'll come right back down. For our patients who maybe play tennis or do exercise where there are lateral motions involved, we will actually have them do an exercise, again, with a pelvic floor contraction. So what Sam's going to do, she's going to do a squeeze, and then she's going to do some lateral stepping with a little bit of resistance. A very simple activity that we can do with all of our patients is have them actually do a pelvic floor contraction or a Kegel while they do a transition from sitting to standing. So she'll do a contraction, stand up, maintain the squeeze as she sits right back down, and then relax in between.
Bladder accidents are not only uncomfortable, they impair quality of life because all you think about is where's the nearest bathroom. Remember the importance of bladder training. The success rate is 85%.
All right, Doctor, thank you very much. A new jazz display at the Clinton Presidential Library may feature one of your favorite artists. The new exhibit shows images of artists like Duke Ellington and Count Basie, up close and personal. Famed photographer Herman Leonard took the photographs around the 40s and the 50s, and his family members say they kept the negatives tucked away until the 1980s. President Bill Clinton, naturally a musician, so naturally a fan of Leonard's work, and he's got some of it apparently hanging in his office in New York. The display will be up tomorrow through July 21st. Some pretty cool stuff there.
Well, right now, the Expo Center full of people getting ready for the marathon.
Man down. Oh,
no,
look at Keith.
Now, is he running or is he just getting the massage the runners are supposed to be getting?
Exactly. Well, you know.
I don't know. He's into it.
Forecasting this weather is tough work.
It is. Well, we'll check in with him when we come back.
KARK 4 News, brought to you by the Old State House Museum.
What did the New York deli guy say about Arby's Reuben before he tried it?
Get out of here!
And after?
I think I'll have another bite.
Arby's New York style Reuben. Freshly sliced corned beef, sauerkraut, and Swiss cheese on rye. Or make it a double stack with twice the corned beef for your choice of turkey. Arby's.
Slice it up freshness.
Whatever your furniture need, FFO Home has it at the best price around. The kids will like our black and white twin over twin bunk beds, and you'll love the savings. At $195, they're about half what you'd expect to pay. With our lowest price or its free guarantee, you're sure to get the most for your dollar. Get a great night's sleep on a quality orthopedic pillow top queen mattress set. It's a $400 value for just $294. Only at FFO Home, where great quality lives for less.
This is Nissan Now. Introducing the all-new Altima, Pathfinder, and Sentra. Shop our most innovative lineup ever. Score big savings like 0% APR on the all-new Altima or sign and drive Altima. Shop at ChooseNissan.com. Time's running out. Get here now.
The average family loses power 5 times a year. Don't let your family be part of tomorrow's headlines. Call Tri-State Water, Power, and Air today and install a whole home generator. They come on automatically and come with 24/7 emergency service. Why wait? Call Tri-State today.
How do you know Arby's fish is caught wild? Because they catch it here, in a place they call Alaska. Get 2 fish sandwiches for $5. A meaty cut of Alaskan whitefish, lightly breaded to crispy perfection. Just 2 for $5. Arby's. Sliced fresh, great taste.
KARK 4 News in high definition.
Thousands of runners are heading to the State House Convention Center tonight to get ready for the big run on Sunday. So they're probably not running there. They're probably just going to take their time, walk there.
I think they'd want to take it easy. Yeah, Chief Keith is there tonight. Let's get a final check of the weekend if we can, get him up from his massage here. Like, he may be asleep.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. We've got cricket. We've got Stacia, and we've got Tyann here. They're doing great massages. You may need it because it's going to be a cold start for that run on Sunday. Mid-20s were highs in the low 50s Sunday afternoon.
Thanks, Keith. We'll see you at 6.